Hi everybody, it's Brandy from Artisan Bee Boutique. Today I'm going to share with you just this fun little junk journal that I made out of construction paper, like that kind that you buy for kids and use it to cut out pictures and just play around with, or make paper hearts for Valentine's Day. I had a pack of this that I got on clearance, so I was like, what can I do with this? So it just made kind of a fun little artsy style junk journal that has just kind of a vintagey feel, but it can be really used for any occasion, for any purpose that you like. It's got a lot of spaces for writing, and it's got spaces for pictures, and it's just a fun little journal that I just threw together with some construction paper and offcuts and odds and ends. So I just thought I'd share that with you today, and just maybe a little inspiration for, just fun ways to make journals out of different things that maybe we wouldn't normally think about. So I'm just going to show you around the outside a little bit. Again, it's just made out of pink construction paper, so it's very soft cover. There's just like a closer look at the paper. And I did just like the washi tape binding here. So it's basically just 3 sheets of construction paper folded, and then I bound them together with washi tape, like alternating tapes. I did the fabric Tim Holtz washi tape because I just like the way that looked, and I like the flexibility of that better, and the fact that it doesn't come up as easy as regular washi tape does sometimes. So on the front, for the outside, first of all, it's just got a pink, sorry, this is not pink, it's blue. A blue kind of pastel tulle tie closure with some little pink pony beads, just accents there on the end. And it doesn't need to be tied, but I always like to add a tie closure to all my journals. Unless it's a different type of journal that doesn't need a tie. It's just got a little safety pin here, little safety pin accent, a little tassel with coordinating colors, and just a couple of little tags for personalization. Before I go any further, this one measures 8.5 by about 4.5, not counting all, a little bit of this trim here. So again, tulle tie closure. Just a little length that you can tie a pretty little bow around with. We take that off, and this is the front cover. And so basically I just did some collaging with some vintage book page or hymnal page, some torn scrapbook paper. There's scrapbook paper back here, and I did some little butterflies, Tim Holtz butterflies and doodads here, and a little daisy. And there's some burlap fabric and some fabric scrap back there, a little button with some thread, and then the title, Inspiration. I want, I'll say I wanted it to be like a journal that you can just use for whatever reason, whether it's just inspiration to write, to be creative, to put your photos in, to just write your memories down, whatever that looks like. And then this is the back, and we've got another vintage hymnal page there. And then here was a part of a craft book. Well, not a craft book. This one was like a vintage collectibles type book. And I got the title from the same book. So it says Inspiration here. And then this just talks about dreams of vintage, and just a fun little thing to read about vintage. And I did lace trim on the edges, fabric lace. So every page has the fabric lace trim, and that just gives it kind of a nice finish there. And then just going to show you kind of what it looks like opened up and all that before we look inside. This one is a page-wise less than my normal journal, so it's about 12 pages. And that's what it looks like opened up. And then from the outside, there's the binding, so you can see a little bit better how I did that. Okay, so let's just take a look inside. And like I said, there's a lot of kind of collage-y, just fun stuff in here, layering and things like that. So I just basically took just the blank construction paper pages, and then just started layering vintage book page and scrapbook paper and other odds and ends on there. So you'll see just different layers. So like for this first section here, we've got some trim and some scrapbook paper, and then you'll see some clips throughout, some coffee stained stuff, but these flip up. So like the little parts are just kind of just interesting little things that you can flip through and look at. That's a vintage children's book page. And this is scrapbook paper, but it's lined, so you can write on that. And then some more space to write. And then that flips up, and underneath you've got some more vintage book page. So just little fun things to find throughout the journal. These are my distressed safety, or not safety pins, paper clips that I use in my journals. And you'll see these in a lot of my journals, especially the vintage inspired ones. I like to use those. This page here, I've got some just little tucks in the pocket here. I made a little pocket out of a recycled calendar here. And then this is a photo from my personal vintage collection. Pretty lady there. And that one, let's see. I don't see a date on this one, but it's got a name and an address on it. So that's fun. So you get that in the pocket there. And then just some little extra writing paper, coffee stained. And then I made just kind of this little flip up notebook here, just out of some scraps. So it's got like several pages for you just to write little quickie notes in, or whatever you want to use it for. I just thought that was a fun addition there. Okay. And then the words, you'll see some of the Tim Holtz word and phrase stickers throughout. This one says hold tight to your dreams, and that one's memories. And then some other little odds and ends. And this one says look on the bright side. There's some different lace and trims throughout as well. And then this next page here, same idea. All the pages are the same idea. They're kind of collagey and fun, artsy looking. Was just some different things. This was back here. This background was from a craft book page. And then just another little tuck spot there with some fun pullouts. That's the full page without the things in the pocket. Here it says live gently upon this earth. And then just some little odds and ends that you can use for, collaging or just having fun with. This is from a 1950s children's book. Coffee stained. Journal card. Little Tim Holtz ephemera. And then this side here, we have a little bit more of that recycled or upcycled I keep saying the wrong things. Calendar, thank you. Okay, and then this one I put go where your heart takes you, and it's got a little image of a cute little kitten from a vintage children's book. There are some removable pieces, that way you can decorate it the way you want to decorate it. So you'll see some just extra writing paper in there. Some tags that I just made from the construction paper. So that gives you plenty of extra writing space there. Little vintage, vintage scraps from vintage book pages here. And this flips up so you can see that underneath, just the different papers and pretty things that are underneath there. Lace trim. Just all kinds of fun goodies hiding in this one. This is just a fun journal to make. I like leaving things loose too, so you can, you can choose where you want to put these too. I just thought that was a pretty little accent there. And you can use them anywhere in the journal. Okay, on the next page, we have some more flip up, just kind of like little flippies. Up here, I put kindness. A little kitty from the vintage book vintage children's book. That piece flips up there. Sorry for all the shadows. I got kind of a lot of odd lights coming in through the window here. And then here, there's another clip and some more, little flip up stuff. This one flips up this way. Write notes under there. This one flips up that way with a little line of paper there that you can write on. You could put a photo under there, however you want to use that space. And this one says, a dream is a wish your heart makes. Then on this side, we have some fun, just little pull out things in this pocket here. We have these two pretty ladies here together. And then this is a book, children's book page from the 1950s. Again, sorry about all the shadows here. Hopefully you can see that okay. And then we have a envelope from my collection. This one is dated 1943, Orlando, Florida. It's got the receiver's name on it, and then that's the back. And then just a ticket from the Tim Holtz ephemera. And then another fold-out tag here. Lots of journaling space and photo space in this. It gives you a good chance to just be creative with how you want to use these, you know, these little inserts and pieces here. It just kind of fuels the creativity. Okay, and then the next page, we have just kind of a cute collage-y flip up here, and that one says Shine. Let's see. I don't know if that's better. My lighting is very weird today. I'm gonna pull down a shade here and see if that helps a little bit. That might be a little bit better. So this, again, this just has a little like kind of multi flip up, some scrap flips here. So you've got the vintage book page, hymnal, flip up scraps, writing space, all kinds of fun stuff. Scrapbook paper and some more writing space here. It just makes it cool. It just gives it a cool visual appeal while, you know, just adding to the depth of the page. And you can, you know, lift this up. You can put photo under here, you know, you can put a photo under here, however you want to use that space. And then this pocket here, we have some more pull-outs here, and a little collage down here. Another little pull-out, Tim Holtz flowers there, and this is like a tuck spot here, pocket that you can just hide your little things inside there. And then just some coffee dyed scrap and some more journaling card, and then just a fun little like heart Valentine doily there. Another fold out, or flip up I should say, tag. This pocket here was made from a coloring book page, like a floral cut coloring book page. And coming to the last pages here. Here we've got more of the hymnal, the vintage hymnal. And we have a vintage guest check in here, and some other fun vintage pieces tucked in here. And I just did like a little kind of a flap from this. This was from a craft book. I just took this image and I put this cute little guy kind of just sitting on top of the paintbrush there, just for fun. And this flips up and you can see the other vintage pages underneath. And then I use that as just a tuck spot to tuck in a few fun things for you. This is like from a vintage cookbook, just a little offcut there. And a vintage children's book piece of that there. So all of that stuff I just kind of tucked in there, just as things that you can play with and when you're personalizing your journal. And then lastly, the last page here inside the cover is another kind of tuck spot with removable pieces. And so here, this one has just kind of like a little flap here, a little scrap flap, and more of the vintage book page. And underneath here, oh, this one pulls out too, a little piece of writing paper. And so you've got writing paper, some scrap paper, and then you've got, this was from a vintage 1950s bridge game set. Like a tally sheet. And then another 1950s book. This one was a textbook about typing, learning how to type. And then this is just a little Tim Holtz ephemera piece there. I just tucked that right there. So that is all of the pages on the inside. And as you can see, it's just a fun little book. not a whole lot to it, not like a big thick, you know, overly pagey book, but just kind of a fun, I'd call it like an ephemera journal where you can just kind of have fun with the you know, creating your own, adding your own details and little things to it. Again, I apologize for the shadowy, a lot of shadowy stuff going on here, and kind of poor lighting, but that's me. My videos are all full of poor lighting and shadows, so unfortunately that's the way it is. But now if you want to see pictures of this journal, like the finished product pictures, I have this one listed for sale in my Mercari shop currently. I'm going to go ahead and put the link to that listing below, and then also the link to my Mercari shop is on my page, so you can just click on that link where it's the little box that says Mercari, and you can go and see everything that I've got in my shop. But if you want to go right to this journal, I'll put the link below and in the comments section so you can find it easier. So that's it for this one. Today's a nice short and sweet one, but that way you can kind of get one last look at this one. Super cute, kind of simple, but I had fun making this because it was just kind of just an artsy and fun little book, and I wanted to use something unusual. Well, I don't know, I'm sure other people have done it, but I wanted to use something a little unusual for me to use to make a journal, which was the construction paper. And I'm one of those that if I go into the craft store and I see something on clearance, I don't buy everything that's on clearance, but if I see something for $1 and it's a pack of paper, I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna figure out what to do with it later on. So that was one of these things where I just kind of found the paper on clearance, and I grabbed it and said, you know, at some point I'm gonna be able to use that paper. So here it is. And I have more of it, so you'll probably see more in some other area. But again, this is a soft cover journal, so not a hard cover. Very flexible. Just fun, just something fun. Just a little fun thing to play with and to add your own personal touches to. But if you're interested in this, again, I will put the link up directly to the listing below, and then if you want to look at my shop, the link to my shop is on my page. So I appreciate you guys coming by today. I appreciate you taking a look at this and just taking the time to see what I've got new, and all my subscribers, I appreciate each and every one of you. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do so, and ring the little bell to be notified when I have a new video up. And I look forward to seeing each and every one of you in the next video. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves now. Bye.